The one major update which I feel is a very potential MCQ material is Anemia Mukt Bharat, given how important it's always been. So this is one of the most important expected questions. So they've made the 6 by 6 by 6 to 7 into 7 into 7. So the additional beneficiaries, intervention and institutional mechanisms which have been added will be hence. So all of these are images directly from the guideline PDF. Okay, so this is the 7th beneficiary, that is 0 to 6 months low birth weight babies. The 7th intervention in addition to the 6 which were already there. So these we have discussed in the main video, so I'm not repeating them, but you can quickly go through at least the beneficiaries and the interventions. I'll just go through the interventions myself. So the prophylactic supplementation, I'll also revise the doses for you. Testing of anemia, which is digital testing, therapeutic management of anemia, deworming and delayed cord clamping, Jan Bhagidari, which is, community participation, and non-nutritional causes of anemia like thalassemia, sickle cell, and now they're focusing on eating right, dietary modifications such that you get iron-rich foods. And 7th institutional mechanism which is added is the digital framework through T4, which is another potential question. So either they can ask you about what's the extra which has been added, or they can ask you from T3 to T4, right? So earlier it was test, treat and talk. Now you are tracking. So you test for anemia, you treat anemia, you talk anemia, as in you spread awareness, of course, and digital tracking, which has been the main mechanism. So digital tracking is what they have added. So this is a potential question. All are frameworks of 40 except, right? That kind of a question. IV iron, now we have two forms under our program: iron carboxy maltose and iron sucrose. As we discussed, Jan Bhagidari and Jan Chetna campaigns for community participation. So these are the 4 pillars of Jan Bhagidari. I don't think that's very important, but just see: social media engagement, capacity building, advocacy and social mobilization, all very generic terms. So just go through, give it a glance. We also have an Anemia Mukt Bharat Abhiyan portal now, where everything converges. So your sick newborn care unit, where you get data of the low birth weight children from 0 to 6 months, which is the added beneficiary. UWIN, which is beneficiary for vaccines. RBSK portal, where you will get information from the beneficiaries who are 5 to 9 to 10 to 19 years. And Janni, where you get information on the reproductive age group women, lactating and pregnant women. So this is how all the components, all the beneficiaries data is kind of gathered on the Anemia Mukt Bharat Abhiyan portal. So just going through quickly through all the beneficiaries, we've already done the doses and who are the beneficiaries. We've already done that, but this is something which I found in the PDF, that who is the platform who will enable this. So children 6 to 59 months, it's going to be fortnightly home visits by Asha, who will teach the mother how to give this iron syrup with a dropper. For children 5 to 9 years, it's PM Poshan platform. So basically, it's a part of your integration of your midday meal upgrade through schools, government and government aided school, after lunch break through teachers in private schools, and out of school will be given through Asha. So again, this is what is integrated with the school program, right? And this is where children ko pink tablet milega. Adolescents want to be cool, they'll be getting blue tablets. This is again through midday meal platform, right? Then women of reproductive age group, village health sanitation and nutrition days se milega. ANM can reach out through them. Mission Parivar Vikas ke through Nayi Pehel kit mein they are giving, right? So this is your red for reproductive age group. For pregnant and lactating, so this is the ANC points, right? प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षित मातृत्व अभियान SMA में मिलेगा, एंड lactating mother में ward में मिल जाएगा. Apart from that, Asha when she visits the homes, right? So this is how they will enable giving these tablets. So that's an extra point which I thought you should know. As far as low birth weight babies are concerned, the dose is to be decided by the pediatrician alone. This is not the decision of Asha at all. So this is what are the babies who are already admitted because they are sick newborns. low birth weight babies. So that's why the pediatrician will decide how much iron is to be given. That's important. So this is another flow chart about how we treat anemia in pregnancy. So it's something we have discussed in OBG. So just a quick recap on what the government Anemia Mukt Bharat point of view on that is. So mild anemia, as what we study, you will give them 2 IFA once daily. Moderate anemia also, if early POG, you will give them 2 IFA. But severe anemia hai, ya fir moderate, which is basically more than 7 gram per deciliter, more than 28 weeks POG, then we are going to refer them here to FRU. This is where if it is indeed iron deficiency anemia, you'll consult with an OBG and you may give iron sucrose or iron peroxycarboxy maltose is what they are saying. So I just wanted you to have a look at this flowchart. Nothing really changes from what we have studied in OBG, but just you may just simply see that you are referring them to an FRU where they will get parenteral iron. Okay, so this is about the protocol for iron deficiency anemia. So try to solve this question. Low birth weight babies 0 to 6 months are the newly added. Eating right is the 7th intervention. T3 से हम T4 में जा रहे, it's correct. Unified Abhiyan portal is correct, and definitely not. It's never the first line. IV is not the first line, right? So this is Anemia Mukt Bharat 7x7x7. Next update, again very information heavy, is Samagra Shishu Bal Swasthya Karyakram. This is where now they've modified your home-based newborn care and home-based young child care visits by ASHA, and now it's more holistic. So it covers all the children from 0 to 3 years, right? So they have made the home-based young child visits more exhaustive. So let's see what the changes here are. So previously we had studied for a healthy newborn, the visits were 5, 6, 7. Agar home delivery hai, 7 visits. Agar institutional delivery hai, 6 visits. And agar cesarean hai, then 5. Right? So that is what was original. They have made it -2. So what you will remember is the same. 7, 6 and 5, but now they have become all -2. So this becomes 5, this becomes 4, this becomes 3 visits. So these are the new visits. So a good way to remember is whatever we've studied in the video, just do a -2, and this is for healthy newborn. For at-risk newborns, it still remains 9 visits. Previously also it was 9 visits. Now it is 9 visits again. So 5, 4 and 3, and this is 9. So this is for your newborn care. As far as young child care is concerned, पहले दोनों के लिए 5 visits था, उधर +3 हो गया है. So this is where it's become 8 visits and 8 visits irrespective of this, right? So it's simply one thing. So that's where we will remember here it has become 5 plus 3. So 8 visits, and whatever has been added पहले था पूरा table of 3 till 5 अब हो गया 3, 6, 9, 12. Instead of 15 it is 18, 24, 30, 36, right? So this is simple enough. यहाँ पे +3 हुआ है, बाकी में -2. I think that's the best way to remember. At risk is 9, and here at risk remains 8 visits. So this is Samagra Shishu Bal Swasthya Karyakram. The major thing is now you are following up the young children till 3 years rather than 15 months. That's quite major. Talking about the next one, RBSK 2.0. So Rashtriya Bal Suraksha Karyakram, which are your 4 Ds, has upgraded to now include 38 diseases, right? So see this. Defects, you may go through this list. This is again from the guidelines. You may want to go through the list. What is not included? Congenital glaucoma. That's a PYQ. Then you are having deficiencies. You can see vitamin A, D, goiter, anemia. You have childhood disease, which have the major inclusion here is now TB, leprosy in children, and developmental delays. यहाँ पे again there's more focus. Whatever has been added in is in this area on developmental disorders, and you are having some other concerns for adolescents. Congenital hypothyroidism, mental health disorders have been given more importance, right? So that's the major update here. So let's have a look at what they are saying. What have they added really? Expanded 4Ds, more lifestyle, socio-climatic determinants, non-communicable disease, mental health, behavioral issues are being taken a look at, which is quite relevant, and that's a good thing. Early detection, beneficiary centric approach, more or less, strengthened convergence, ये सब काफ़ी like generic stuff है which you don't really want to pay attention to. Longitudinal health card linked with child tracking हो रहा है. This is major, that now it includes 0 to 6 years, right? So har jagah pe the expansion is more, the coverage is more. So this is where it's become 0 to 6 years, and the diseases are 38 disease, and more focus on non-communicable diseases, behavioral disorders. That's all you have to take away from this. Yeah, so this is one more from that PDF. So children born at public health facilities, the platform will be the delivery points for first 6 weeks. Preschool children at Anganwadi, and then the government aided schools. So this is where we may screen for these 4Ds. Janani app, everything you need to know is in this question. So Janani app is journey of antenatal, natal and neonatal integrated care. So it's a app you may download and just check it out. This is an all-inclusive app where everything about antenatal, natal and the baby, it's all there. This is what they talk about again and again in all these updates. This is a life cycle approach, right? All in continuity. So this is where you are integrating your ABHA ID, which is your Ayushman Bharat Health ID, Aadhaar mobile number with maternal child health care cards. You have UWIN, Poshan, all coming inside this. So UWIN was your beneficiary for vaccines. Poshan Abhiyan, everything, all nutrition, everything is coming in here. This is not a cash benefit transfer, and the theme is Sehat ke saath every step of the way, right? So this is all you have to remember about the Janani app. Then we have Suman Roadmap 2030, nothing much. Here they've simply aligned the Suman program to Sustainable Developmental Goal. This has been asked so many times, right? That we want the MMR to be less than 70 per 1 lakh by 2030. Ab Suman bhi yahi baat kar rahe hai that, we want this to be achieved. So this is what I was talking about, life cycle approach. So that is what, integrated care from antenatal to postnatal care. Baki sab again generic, high risk pregnancy, targeted action, jan bhagidari, same thing. So the only thing you want to add here is we are aligning ourselves to SDG. Khushi AI bot can be a question, right? So this is what is a part of TB Mukt Bharat. So in addition to TB Mukt Bharat, ये भी app हो गई है. You can see this toll-free number. So this is where, she is an AI bot which can answer questions that you have about TB. So again, you can download and ask Khushi about the recent updates in TB program, right? So this is for the patient. You have Nikshay Mitra, and you can select who you are here. Khushi AI chatbot is all I feel it's important. She's eSangani. Aapki eSangani, AI powered interactive chatbot, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare within the TB Mukt Bharat app, which was launched this year on the TB day. That happens to be 24th March. So that's all you need to know. Khushi AI bot. The treatment recommendation by WHO for TB had come, which is drug sensitive TB. Remember, this is not followed by NTEP. We are sticking to this as per India. But if they do ask what was the WHO recommendation, then you must be aware at least. Don't give these drugs, but be aware of this update that WHO has given. We have not yet accepted it. So this is where 2 HRZD plus 4 HRE continuation phase has become a 4-month program, which is very good. So 4-month regimen, 2 plus 2. So kya change hai? H isoniazid remains the same. Rifampicin की जगह आ गया है rifapentin, right? In both, P stands for rifapentin. Pyrazinamide stays the same, and ethambutol is out, and who has come is moxifloxacin, right? So this is where we have replaced E with M, and we have replaced R, rifampicin, with its brother rifapentin. That's all. So that's what you need to remember, that 2 HRZD, 4 HRE has become 2 HPZM plus 2 HPM. So that's about it. Right, and if you want, you can just quickly see the doses of BPAM as well, because they've been so obsessed. BPAM, is the treatment of choice. for MDR TB, where this is an all oral regimen for 6 months. Many questions have been asked. Bedaquiline, has a side effect of QT prolongation. ATP synthase inhibitor hai. Pretomanid makes free nitro radicals and can cause mycolic acid synthesis disruption, and it also can cause QT prolongation. Linezolide side effects have been asked many times. So it can cause thrombocytopenia, it can cause peripheral neuropathy, and it can cause serotonin syndrome. And moxifloxacin, fluoroquinolones are also CYP inhibitors, QT prolongers, and can cause tendon rupture along with seizures. So that all of these are the side effects. They act on DNA gyrase inhibition. Linezolide is a 50S ribosome inhibition. So this is what we have all covered in the video already, but just wanted to cover this right here. So this is the dose. You may want to see this. 400 mg 2 weeks दे रहे हैं, उसके बाद 200 mg 3 times in a week bedaquiline है, whereas these are all OD drugs. Okay, so this is BPAM regimen. This is another thing which is recent is adult BCG vaccination campaign. So this is where they are, asking for volunteers who want to get TB vaccine, and the eligibility criteria may be tested. So people who've been treated for TB in the last 5 years, close contact since 2 years, elderly, diabetic, smoker, BMI less than 18. So all relatively high risk individuals are the ones where we are trying to see if this vaccine is giving them any benefit or not. So you should remember this. This is something which you do want to take a picture and put it in your choti copy. Leprosy we have eliminated since 2005. अब हम चाहते हैं eradication by 2027. So the prevalence is less than 1 by 10,000. That has been the target for elimination, which has been achieved. So what else we want as our target is new case detection should become less than 10 per 1 lakh. Grade 2 disability और कम होना चाहिए, less than 1 per 10 lakh, because this is what suggests old है ना, कि काफ़ी time से leprosy है, and cure more than 90. So these are all the targets. Again, quite fact heavy. I mean, it's frustrating to see so many numbers, but just glance through it. Okay, what else are they saying here? So this is something which may be asked. ABSLS are ASHA based surveillance leprosy suspects. So this is where we are doing a close surveillance by ASHA to pick up leprosy prospectively, be aggressive on the diagnosis, only then can we treat them, right? In addition, what you are giving them is this allowance of rupees 12,000 for anybody who needs surgery. So see this, confirmed leprosy patients who need to undergo reconstructive surgery will get up to 12,000 allowance. They'll get their MDT follow-up and microcellular rubber footwear, and the surgery will be performed free of cost. So this is to cover for all the disability caused by leprosy. This is important. This has been for a long time now, I mean in this year. So TORCH became SCORCH. So they have expanded TORCH to include syphilis. Syphilis has gone up. So syphilis ko we are trying to now target very aggressively. You have CMV, you have others which includes all your Zika, Chagas, Entero, Parvo, malaria, rubella, TORCH were of course there, varicella zoster was always there, HSV. So from TORCH you have basically emphasized syphilis now. It was always there in TORCH also under others, but इसको others से हटा के highlight किया गया है to control it, right? So this is SCORCH, and the focus, one more focus is that rather than doing any sort of culture, focus on PCR. So PCR over infant secretions. I've taught you we take saliva, we take urine. Blood usually doesn't show viremia, but yeah, secretions will be the priority, followed by blood, followed by skin biopsy. Placenta evaluation also has been highlighted, that you can use the placenta for a microbiological diagnosis. So this is SCORCH. Next, this we have discussed multiple times. I've given you many questions in this, in the mini test, GTs. So this is Mission 8 Suraksha. हमने 95, 95, 95 achieve कर लिया है in many areas. So we have now changed it to 95, 95, 99. So 95 are diagnosed, 95 are treated, and 99 achieve viral suppression. So third number we have upgraded our target, and you want this control by 2027 again, just like leprosy. December 1 is World AIDS Day. District को classify करा है, I have taught you this. Surakshit Plus, who has achieved this criteria, as well as zero mother to child transmission of HIV, syphilis and Hep B with dual testing in the first trimester. So this is very, very good, right? Zero transmission of your HIV, syphilis, Hep B. सुरक्षित प्लस, सुरक्षित इज ये अचीव कर लिया है, नॉट जीरो मदर टू चाइल्ड. सक्षम 2 out of these, and संघर्षशील at least 1. Okay, so this is what are the targets given to the districts. Sayana Press is a self-administered Antara, you may say. So Antara was 150 mg DMPA. Healthcare provider will give intramuscular injection either in the gluteus or deltoid, right? And that give protection for 3 months. उसी को हमने ये self-administering pack में convert करा है, which is Sayana Press. That is 104. ये काफ़ी potential question लगता है. 104 mg DMPA amounts to 0.65 ml, self-injected. So the healthcare provider will show the female how to administer it subcutaneously, and it's simply injected, you know, perpendicularly in the front upper thigh or the abdomen. Okay. Yeah, so this is what is a pre-filled syringe, 3 months. The only changes, you know, Antara can be given 2 weeks early or up to 4 weeks late, which is a PYQ. Ye either 2 weeks early or 2 weeks later from the due date, not 4 weeks. So that's the only extra part. This is again from the guidelines, right? They've given all the contraindications. I just thought it's a good idea to revise all the contraindications, because this will remain true for Antara, Sayana Press, POP, your Norplant, right? So all of these will come under this head, that when should we not give progesterone? Of course, pregnancy, so I'll focus on the important ones. Unexplained vaginal bleed, liver diseases, CA, breast or any gynae cancer, DVT, right? Then you have osteopenia and meningioma. I love they've written meningioma. You know why? Because we have learned meningioma is progesterone receptors. That's why it occurs in young females. So they've mentioned that also. It's very nice integration on the part of government, I must say. So these are all your contraindications where they say that you do not take it, consult the doctor first. So try this question. 104 mg, yes, absolutely. Intramuscular, nahi. 3 months, and yeah, if you have missed a dose with unprotected intercourse, then LNG is preferred. Don't use ulipristal, because ulipristal is selective progesterone receptor modulator, so it may interfere with the progesterone. Very, very important. This is launched in February 28, and it was basically that within 90 days, let's give 1 HPV to all girls who are 14 years, and that accounted for 1.15 CR beneficiaries. That's very surprising. So that was, you know, a single dose of quadrivalent. It was like an HPV vaccination campaign which was started, right? A one-time event जहाँ पे आप Gardasil 4 दे रहे हो, which has 93 to 100% efficacy, effectiveness. This is what was tested in INI, right? So this is what we need to remember. Completely free of cost at all Ayushman Arogya Mandirs, which are your advanced sub-centers, PHC, CHC, district hospitals. This is your demographic data. I've referred to 2 sources, SRS 2026 and National Family Health Survey, which published its 6th edition in 23-24. So I don't know, they never really ask these numbers, but you will have a FOMO if I don't tell you, so I'm telling you, but I don't think you should memorize, but let's see at least some. You know what were the targets of MMR? It was 70. हमें 2030 तक ये 70 चाहिए, हमें under 5 25 चाहिए, और हमें neonate 12 चाहिए, isn't it? So at least these, let's see where we stand. 87, 28, 18, right? So this is where we are standing. 18.3, 6.4. TFR is, you know, I don't know, there is a discrepancy between SRS said 1.9, NFHS said 2.0. So anyways, our target was 2.1, so we have achieved that. Sex ratio at birth is 918. So that's what we want to remember here. You all know about census 2027, right? So this is where this is the first census in digital mode. You know who they are. This is Vikas and this is Pragati. Both translate to progress. And there are two visits, self enumeration and enumerator field visit. So digital hai. That's it. Nothing else. Q Denga. Listening to this entire video, I'm pretty sure you're saying Q, so many updates. So there's one more which was left behind, which is a new dengue vaccine. Everything is getting approved this year. So this is what is India's first approved dengue vaccine, which was developed by Takeda. And this is live attenuated. All four dengue serotypes get covered for individuals between 4 to 62 doses subcutaneous given 3 months apart. Unlike the other dengue vaccine which was already approved, which was Dengvaxia, here there is no past dengue infection required. पहले ये था कि पहले अगर past dengue हुआ है only then you are eligible for Dengvaxia, but for Q dengue whether you've gotten or you've not gotten, irrespective, you can take this, which is good, right? So this is what prevents symptomatic dengue and reducing severe hospitalization. So prevents severe dengue, doesn't prevent dengue but prevents severe dengue, and that's the aim, right? So that's it. I hope you find this video useful. I'll definitely allow this PDF to be downloaded from the app, so you can just keep this handy, go through it once before the exam, and just take this as an extra edge. Don't be worried by all of these updates. Very rarely, as a realistic point of view, very rarely do these questions even get asked. Okay, they create a lot of fuss before the exam कि हमें ये सब करना पड़ेगा, but actually they don't really make it to the exam. So see it without any stress कि देख लेते. If a question does come, great, you get that extra edge. All right, so I hope this helps. Thanks so much.